when you said you were living out of car, ooh.
And writing raps in the car.
Yeah.
And sleeping in hotels like every weekend to record the song in a hotel. Would I write it through the whole week? That was the routine. Yeah.
Oh, that's insane. Like, just thinking about it, like, coming from living out of a car to being who you are today, that's insane. Like, you grinded. Welcome back to Sun City Sit Rep. My name is Deshaun Johnson, but you could call me DJ. And today we have a huge artist from El Paso. His name is Armonxx. And hey, man, just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Armanxx.
You give us a little background where you're from?
Well, I was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. I grew up till about 16, and then I moved out here to El Paso.
Okay. Do you like it in El Paso, or do you prefer?
I love it. It grew on me.
Okay, it grew on you. Okay, so before we get into the music stuff, like, what do you like to do for fun, like out in El Paso?
Well, I'm always working on some music or just brainstorming new things. But I play basketball. I like to stay fit. That's pretty it. I'm pretty simple when it comes to that. It's just...
Okay, what position do you play in basketball?
Well, I played power forward, center.
Yeah, you're pretty tall. Yeah. I can see that.
But now, I can still play shooting guard and stuff. I can handle it a little bit.
I feel that. Yeah, I used to be a shooting guard when I played in high school. After high school, I just gave up on basketball. That's not my thing.
Yeah, you're pretty tall too.
Thank you. But yeah, I got into music like right after high school. And how did you get into music?
Well, I've always been into music since I was little, but I just started taking it seriously about 5 years ago.
Okay. Have you always been
really seriously
creative?
Yeah, like since I was a kid, I was drawing, and I wanted to be a painter.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
That was my first way of expressing myself, was drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
were... And then it branched out to more things that I figured out I can do.
I feel that, yeah. It's always something that start off as one thing and then you realize that you're meant to be something else.
Exactly.
Like, when did you feel like, music was the thing for you instead of drawing or,
Because it always found a way to come back to me. Like it was right under my nose the whole time. Like, I love music. I always heard music a different way. Like, I seen it as like colors, and I always knew what could be better about a song I heard on the radio and all that, but I never realized I was good at it. I just thought I was okay, it's one of them things. Everybody thinks that they're good or whatever, until I started, messing around recording. And then my friends, usually those are your best critics. Yeah. They're gonna tell you how it is. And they said, just if you keep working at it, then you actually be good. So I was like, damn, my friend's saying that, so let me keep doing it. And I just have a love for it. I can do it 24/7, man.
I felt that. Yo, like, you definitely have like a unique style. How did you come about like making your own style? Because it's like, that's not an El Paso style. This is this is a you style.
Yeah. It's just whatever comes to mind. My mother too, like, how, she raised me, the city that I'm from and the city that adopted me. I used El Paso to put a twist on what I did. Mm-hmm. It's a whole lot of things, man. It's a melting pot.
Okay, I feel. And when it comes to like El Paso and like the community side of music, do you have like an opinion of the El Paso community when it comes to music?
Yeah, it's growing now recently. Mm-hmm. Like, it's starting to bubble up, and there's more venues to perform as an artist than when I first came out here in 2010. Really wasn't no scene. Right. Now it's bubbling up. There's a lot of good local talents out here, for sure.
Okay. And then like your first performance, what was that like? Because not a lot of people get to experience like a performance. What was your first performance like?
Yeah, it was in Austin, and it was in like a warehouse. Yeah, it was crazy because I mean, it was the first one's always crazy because you don't know how the crowd's going to perceive you. And it was all right. I would say I did all right.
Okay, but you weren't nervous at all?
Yeah, a little bit. You're always nervous, and more so you want to do good, you want to do right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was all right. It was a big crowd, and then when I do things for the first time, I just go back to it to see, because you don't have no reference to get better on anything if you haven't did it.
Right.
So you build confidence by doing it. And then I seen footage of myself. I'm like, okay, I can do this better. I can stand like this better. I can engage with the crowd better,
Yeah.
So I only got better since then. But it opened my eyes, especially in Austin. There's a big scene out there.
Okay, dope. And then not El Paso, but I wouldn't say El Paso, but hip hop in general, you kind of look at it as like competition. Do you see yourself, or do you see hip hop as like a competitive way to express yourself?
Yeah, well, I don't really look at it as competition, because if you have your own thing going, I mean, can't nobody else be you, But it is competitive in a way of, you're trying to get that listener, So, I mean, I guess it is competitive also, but I never really go in looking at it like that. I just try to express myself creatively, whatever I can come up with.
Yeah. And I hate to bring it up, but I love talking about the subject, the whole Kendrick versus Drake situation. How do you feel about that whole situation? We could dive into that. We could talk about it. How do you feel about it?
I think a lot of it is marketing, a lot of it. But there's actually real beef going on between those two. But I mean, I like them both, and I listen to music. Not too many people really care. At the end of the day, it's just music, and I enjoy what usually the competitive edge brings out the best music.
Yes, and it's insane because, I used to make music too. I still do, but I'm more into making beats now.
Yeah.
But I feel like my best music came from my emotional side.
Yeah.
It was usually just a diss track or two.
Mm-hmm.
And those were I have to pay attention to detail, and I have to I guess my just end goal for it all was just to make a really good song that intentionally hurts someone, but it's all stemming from emotion and competition.
Yeah.
Do you have a song that you were just oh yeah, this is coming straight from emotion and nothing else?
I had a song. Well, I make so many songs, and then a lot of them didn't make it to streaming services. But I have a song called. Well, this one's on SoundCloud and actually reached about 4 million. It's called Lighthouse.
Got you.
And I was putting myself. This was earlier. This was 2014.
Okay.
I was putting myself in a role of a serial killer. It was kind of weird. And then I was rapping from that standpoint, and it was kind of that old New York boom bap type style.
Like Joey Badass?
Yeah. I was kind of just messing around with it. I was bored. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And it, it caught on. And I sent it to his name's JK the Reaper. He's from the collective of Denzel Curry.
Ooh.
And at that time, he was on top of SoundCloud during that SoundCloud era. So I didn't think he was going to even respond to me. I sent it, and about an hour later, he sent it back. And it went crazy. So and I appreciate him to this day for doing that. That's what really catapulted me on SoundCloud, and then it branched from to streaming. Back then, it wasn't streaming when I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're making your music, do you have a routine or a process? Do you start with the beat? Do you start with the lyrics? How does that go for you?
Well, I can produce also, so I can start from point A, or it's no rhyme or reason. It's just whatever comes to mind. I might have a pre-made, idea I want to do to it, or I just come up with it along the way.
Okay.
And I songwrite also.
song, right?
Yeah.
That's good to know. 'Cause do you consider yourself a rapper or a hip hop artist?
It's kind of like when people say rapper, it's just like I don't think I fit that because I want to, so much more I want to do. This is the vehicle that I'm coming in with.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to do fashion. I do modeling, all that. So much.
Okay. Do you get any comparisons just in general, do you get any comparisons like, oh, you sound like this person, oh, you look like this person?
Well, they say I give them the vibe, but people say I give them the vibe of Travis Scott sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a strong influence on me. Him and Kanye, Kid Cudi, all them.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, like we were listening to your music before you came on, we're like, dang, we could tell that there was like some Travis Scott influence in there, but like I said, you have your own style to it, and it's really something different.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's the aim.
Your big start. Let's go back to that SoundCloud song. You said it was about being a serial killer?
That wasn't the whole thing. That was how I came up with the idea. I was messing around. I was messing around like with the flow instead. Usually, like my best stuff comes from just messing around. Then I accidentally make something hard, and then I just go with it. You know? But it was that flow of like I'm plotting. You know what I'm saying? Like I was mad. I was working some job. I was mad that day, and I was just like, let me go home and take it out on it. Hey, and then come to find out, like that was the best decision. Like if you channel that energy to the right thing, you know, instead of actually doing some stuff, you know.
Right.
Just put it in the music or your art.
I get you. I love I love making music that's just out of the box. Yeah. And I love hearing music that's just original. Can you tell me your top 3 artists right now?
Right now. As far as rap or just in general?
Yeah, let's talk more about you. Let's see what you're into.
Yeah, my music taste is everywhere, all over the place. I would say my top 3, I'll put Drake. Gotta put Drake.
Okay.
Tim's. And you said 3, that's kind of tough. I'll go Future.
Future. Interesting. Okay.
He's killing me right now.
Is there something about those 3 that just like stands out to you?
Tim, she just has an amazing voice in her subject matter. And Drake, he's just one of the GOATs, man. Yeah. He's the reason why like I kind of push more towards singing, like melodizing and stuff. Yeah. Him and Kanye. Like 808s and Heartbreaks, that was the one that changed my life right there. 2008. That's what really, I was like, man, let me do what I really want to do. That's what, when I heard that, I'm like, man, Kanye doing it, man, let me try to do it.
Ooh, that's so interesting, man.
And then by trying to do it, you figure out if you're really good at doing it.
Yeah. Okay, and then that point that you were like, yeah, this is for me. Yeah. When was that point for you?
I'll say after high school in 2012, when everything else failed on me, and you know, I was living in my car after a while. Everything else didn't seem, true to me. And then, but I still had music. So, and then I was like, you know what, man, let me just put everything I have into this and see where it goes. And that was the best decision I made.
Man, when you say you're living out of car, ooh.
And writing raps in the car.
Yeah.
And sleeping in hotels like every weekend to record the song in the hotel. What I write it through the whole week. That was the routine. Yeah.
Oh, that's insane. Like just thinking about it, like coming from living out of a car to being who you are today, that's insane. Like you grinded, you
appreciate it, man.
Kept going. Love that for you, man.
It wasn't by like I had to do it. It was kind of more of I had something to prove. And then other people didn't see the same way. So I took that leap and was like, man, let me let me just go do this. I was kind of hard-headed, but that's what makes, you can't be doing this if you ain't hard-headed, like if you ain't true to your vision.
Right.
And I will say, around that time, the number one thing that, because I was going to EPCC Valley Verde.
Okay.
And Travis Scott dropped Days of Rodeo. That was the one thing, I know this sounds weird, but that was the one thing that was like, man, like I dropped out to it. I was like, you know what? Like it just gave me the strength. I'm like, look, this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
Like he spoke to me. I'm like, this is what I need to be doing. So if I ever meet him, I'm gonna thank that man just for that. I don't need anything else. I'm just thank him.
I get you. Is he what inspired you to start making music?
No, more so Kanye and Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
But he's the one that really fueled me to go hard with this. And then through a young age, and then once I got older, then I already had the blueprint, and I just kept going with it.
Okay. And has anyone given you some advice or some, I don't know, some words for like do's and don'ts for the industry, like music industry?
Keep a small team that you could trust. Don't listen to people because they'll be the number one, reason they'll try to shoot your dreams down, man.
Yeah.
Many a times I could have quit, but I'm glad I didn't listen. So, but there's always good criticism. Yeah. And you just take it as it is and improve, add a little bit here and there and just go crazy with your art.
Okay, I feel that. Speaking of your art, the song Kamasutra, how did that come about?
It's another crazy story. I wrote that in the car.
Okay.
And then so that first hook I came up with in the car, listening in my headphones. So I was like, okay, this sounds tough. And I came up with it with like 10 minutes. Usually the fastest stuff you come up with, that's the one. So I was like, all right, saved up a little money. I went to Beacon Hill Studio.
Ooh.
And I already had it recorded from my mic in my house. So I just went and had it mixed and mastered. Shout out to, what's his name? Orlando Gomez. Shout out to him. He mixed it for me. And then the algorithm caught on to that. And it actually peaked at #1 on the UK R&B charts for iTunes. Just out of nowhere. And it was for an hour though, but I'll take that hour though. Because it was in front of The Weeknd, Stevie Wonder was under that.
That's nuts.
I was like, man, how did I get in front of a major machine that's powering all these other artists?
Right.
But that just goes to show you, like, you can do it. There's no limits in this thing. Like, just gotta go crazy, gotta believe in yourself. Yeah.
Ooh-wee. To like go #1, like I know it was just for an hour.
Yeah.
But like.
And then The Weeknd took me over again, but hey, I love The Weeknd though. You go hard.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
But like the emotion on that, like, did you celebrate? How did that go for you?
I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had to screenshot that, and then, so not really. I just they just gave me more fuel. I just used everything as fuel, man. Hate, love, everything, every emotion. I just went back in there, recorded 3 or 4 more songs, and then, the next day it just made me go harder. Every time I ever wanted to quit, something else popped up to stop me at the last minute. And I think it's the universe working,
Back when I used to do SoundCloud, I also had this one song that went a little bit viral, like 2 million plays.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like, once I got to that point of, okay, this is my sound, this is what I want to do, I like making music, I also hit a point of, man, I feel like I have to one-up myself.
Yeah.
Like every song that I make, it has to be better than the last one. And if I'm going to drop an album, it has to be better than all the singles that I wrote. Do you fall into that hole of I have to do better than the last one, or are you just making music just because you love it? Or
yeah, we all artists, so we feel like we have to one up everything. But then you also gotta look at it as each project or whatever is a chapter. So chapters are different from the others. So you can have a number one hit with the last one.
Yeah.
But you're trying to, usually I try to do a whole different thing the next time. And I just try to, every vibe is different. So I can't compare this one to the other one. So I'm like, hey, this is the number one in my book, As long as you're happy with it at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I feel. I never really, I should have probably started looking at music like that
because you're putting more weight on yourself than what and then you're not making music out of the love for it or anything. You're just kind of trying your hardest to make the number one hit or better than the last,
Yeah.
But you should always improve,
Most definitely.
your skill. But just do what fits you and what you're proud of to put out to the world.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, like going back to like how I was making those diss tracks and stuff, those weren't even made out of like I said, it was just made out of emotion and like the want to make a good track that, essentially is gonna hurt someone instead of making a good track that everyone's gonna listen to.
Yeah.
Because like when you go in there with a mission, that I don't know, I think that's what makes a really good song, when you go in there with a mission instead of just, I just have to do better than the last one.
Yeah.
Do you have like a mission for your music? Like, is there a directive that you're going with, or are you just making it?
I just try to inspire other kids like I was with no direction, that they can, that you can do it. Everybody, you can do it. Just if you're willing to work for it, you're willing to put everything you have into it, and you'd be amazed what you can do. I would have never thought I'd be doing this. I used to watch 106 in Park when I was little.
Oof.
I used to study all that. Outkast.
Yeah.
Everybody. Gucci Mane. I studied him, his hustle, everything. But I never thought I was gonna be in front of the mic. It was always behind it. Cause I started out as a producer, more so. But now, like, you don't have to do just one thing. You can do it all. There's no limits.
Okay, yeah. Like, I miss 106 in Park. Like, that used to be my
days, man.
But going back to the music thing, is there like a beat that was like super weird, but it just made for a really good song?
The Lighthouse. This is a crazy story. That beat was it was back when you used to just download beats off of YouTube, which kind of hurts me to this day because I could have monetized it if it was my beat. But what I did, I looped the first part. It was a sample. I think his name was Flo Fils. He's from Germany. And I looped the first part, and I was like, like this can be the whole beat. So I just looped the whole. It was 3 minutes, I want to say 4 minutes. I looped the same. It's like a jazz sample. 3 million. Going crazy. All I did was loop it.
Yeah.
Sometimes being simple is, that's what it's about. People try to complicate things, man.
Yeah.
But it definitely sounds weird. It sounds sinister. That's how, it came with. And that was during the days of when Earl Sweatshirt was popping. That was one of my favorites. Lyrically, I think he's a genius also.
Earl Sweatshirt, Tyler the Creator.
That was around that Odd Future time.
Yeah, Vince Staples.
Yeah.
All of I need to go back into my office and listen to that for a couple hours, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Earl's lyricism is... Well, he's the son of an African poet, so, it makes sense. His content matter and his subject matter is always on point.
Oh, yeah. Would you sign to a music label?
The situation has to be right. It's good to be independent. There's perks and, cons to both sides. You can be independent, but that machine, man, that's what really takes you to that where you've never been before, to the billboards, to everywhere, that front page that, on the TVs.
Yeah.
But if the situation right, I'll go to a label for a while.
Okay. Did you have a single label in mind?
I like Republic Records. But yeah, I mean, they all have their their perks, but the situation has to be right, like I said, because I want to eventually imprint a label also and sign other talents,
Okay, that'd be dope. All right, so I'm gonna throw a weird curveball at you. This
hit
is
me
just
with
a
it.
random question. So if you had to explain rap or R&B or hip hop in general to someone that, let's just say an Amish person, if you had to explain that to like someone like that, how would you do it?
Man, that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I mean, they gonna it's whatever it is, whatever it is to you. Like rap is what, and R&B is what's in your soul. It's whatever, your soul is.
Right.
Whatever hits home to you emotionally, like you said, feelings, everything, your environment, where you came from, where it's rooted, your whole ideology,
right?
Kind of the the active rebel. So I don't know. That's kind of that's a difficult one, man.
No, I get you.
It's kind of whatever it is to them.
Yeah. I don't know what they would think about, that kind of music. Like, especially like when it comes to, like if we just showed them like DMX, they probably lose their mind.
Yeah. Because they were probably looking at it from the surface instead of what's behind it, So it's kind of trying to get them to see what's behind.
Yeah.
Everything.
What artist would you show them if you had to show them an artist?
Michael Jackson.
Ooh, that's a good one.
See, I'm a Indiana baby, so Michael Jackson was like Jesus before I knew him.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, since I was little, I would study his dances, that famous Billie Jean performance. I would study that, everything. So I think Michael Jackson will probably, because he's universal.
Yes.
There's never going to be another big star like him, because it's impossible this day and age with the internet and stuff. That was before internet. He was having people pass out at the concert. Yeah, that was. Yeah, so.
That's insane to have like the power like that just to make someone pass out. Just, not even
it was
doing
crazy.
anything yet. Just hit a pose and.
Yeah, he just went on stage and then ambulances came, picked him up.
EMS.
Yeah. So I would go with Michael Jackson. If I had to show them, if they had never heard music, I would have to start with that.
That's a good one.
Can't go wrong with Mike Jack.
Yeah, you can't. You want to show them like Drake or anything?
Yeah, we work our way up to that. But they gotta start. If they don't feel it, in their soul with Michael Jackson, then I'll show them a little Temptations, James Brown. But yeah, Mike Jack, I'll go with.
Okay.
Musically.
Is there like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Is there a compliment that someone gave you that was like, that stuck with you through your whole music career?
I had someone say that, that it made them, my music made them feel like they were going through bad times. And it gave them the strength. It gave them a feeling to keep going. That was the biggest one. It was just randomly, like through a DM.
Yeah.
That was the biggest. Yeah, that stuck to me to this day.
I like that. Like I usually get a lot of compliments, but it's usually compliments that I'm just like, why would you tell me that to begin with? Not that they're bad compliments, but like if you tell me that I sound like Tupac, I know you're lying. Mom, why would you tell me that? But I don't know, it's just like some compliments that are more personalized towards you instead of like, you sound like this person. I don't take that as compliments. Do you take those as compliments?
Not really. Like, I really don't know what to do with it, really. It's like, okay, but I mean, people hear things, consume music differently, so they might think, hey, but you got an opinion about me. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And what's the
hate
vibe
or
like?
love? I'll take it.
Yeah, I get you. What's the vibe like in the studio when you record?
I like it calm, not too many people, not a big party. Just usually me and the engineer. I like to be along with my thoughts, and then after I make the music, then like I'll invite the party, because you gotta listen to feedback.
Yeah, like a listening party?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you normally have like those listening parties, or like do you have like...
Not really. Like I'm telling you, like I record myself for the most part.
Okay.
I'm like real particular of who I want mixing. I just like to be locked in. I'm just so used to having to do everything, which was like a gift and a curse, because I had to do it the hard way. I had to make the beat, record myself, stop myself in between, stop, come up, still remember the stuff, but it made me better.
Yeah.
Than a lot of artists that all they can do is rap. They have one, but I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all about what you want out of this. But, I can do it all.
I get you.
And I mix and master myself too. So I had to learn that because I loved this music so much, and I had times where I didn't have money. So I was like, man, I can't be going to the studio all the time to get this mix and mastered, at the speed that I want to. So pulled up YouTube, learned tutorials. If you want something bad enough, you'll figure it out.
Right.
It's literally that. You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Like when I stopped rapping. So I'm gonna tell the story of like why I stopped rapping. Do you know who Your Rage is? Like a streamer.
Yeah, heard of him.
Yeah, so I went on his, not that I went on his stream, but like this is back when he was doing like the $5 donations. He was like, he would listen to your music. And I sent one of my songs in. And then like the whole chat was just shitting on me. And I was like it was 7,000 people in that stream. And I was like, oh, people don't like this.
It's crucial, man.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I do take the compliments that my friends give me, and they tell me like, oh, your music's great, this, that, and third, but like when I'm going up against the whole populace of like, and I like, you shouldn't take criticism from people on the internet.
Yeah, they just half of them are trolls, man.
Yeah, and like seeing that, how people were just knocking my music, and
they just follow what the next person's saying just for the look, just to look cool.
Yeah,
just a whole bunch of population of followers, man. That's it.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, Your Rage wasn't even trashing the song. It was just like all of the followers, and I'm just reading all the comments while the music's playing, and I was like, well, maybe this isn't for me. Yeah. And like that, it destroyed me.
Yeah, there's a saying, my favorite saying, hate never comes from above. Only comes from below. Everybody that's below you.
I felt
that. I'm sure Your Rage didn't dish you or anything.
Nah.
Yeah. See what I mean? It always comes from below. People that ain't trying, they're scared to try anything.
Yeah.
They knock the other person. That's one thing you have to deal with in this music or anything in life of substance that you want to become. It's always somebody trying to knock you down. That's how you know you're doing something.
Yeah.
So I love it though. I love it all. Like I'm crazy, man. I love to hate everything, because it don't stop me. It just fuels me. I take everything, energy can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred. I ball it up, go in the studio, make some more, make myself happy. It seems to be working, so.
Yeah. Dog, I really like your personality. I'm not gonna lie.
Appreciate you, bro.
Like, you have a really good energy about you. Like, I really hope that you go far in this. Because
that's the aim. That's the aim.
Like, El Paso music definitely needs someone like you. Love your energy. Please keep going, dude. Please keep going.
I want to take El Paso with me, man, so bad, because when I moved here, it was no bad energy. Everybody, since the day I moved here, it was love for whatever I wanted to do. El Paso was behind me, so I just want to take them far and shed more light to the city. That's the aim.
I respect it, man. And do you get stopped in public? Because like you're pretty huge.
A few times. Yeah, a few times. It's just now starting to be that. Like in Target, random nights. aren't you Armand?
Yeah.
I follow you. Oh, I seen your ad on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I mean, it feels kind of good because knowing how hard I worked at this, and I'm still working at it. It's not done, so so it's big.
I get you. And then if you could collab with any artist, I'm pretty sure I already know who, but if you could collab with any artist, who would it be and why?
Kanye.
Kanye, okay.
Yeah. He's what really started me, just to be myself with no apologies. Just go in, make what you want to make, art-wise, I would do Kanye. Who else? That's pretty tough. Tim's, of course. I love soul music. The Weeknd. Playboy Cardi. I feel like we'll make some fire.
Okay. Not Drake?
Say what?
Not Drake?
Yeah, him too.
Okay.
But I mean, that's a given. I'm trying to throw the ones. Damn, that's all I could think of right now. Future, of course. Yeah. Gunna. Quavo. Yeah, pretty much that.
Okay, I could definitely see you getting there. Like eventually, at some point, you're definitely gonna get. I want to say you're gonna get all those features, especially if you wanted to.
Yeah. I look at it as one. If I just keep going one foot over the other every day, get better than the next, and eventually you're gonna hit.
It's gonna be great, man. Yeah. I can't wait for that for you.
Appreciate you, bro.
And then let's see, if hip hop wasn't a thing, what would you be doing?
Damn. Like I said, basketball was like kind of my first love. It's a good question because I'm like soul music, man. It's like it was no backup plan, bro. That's number one. Like plan B takes away from plan A, so I was kind of like conditioned my mind to I'm gonna make it no matter what.
Right.
Nothing else. No, I'm not gonna quit. No, I'm not. I don't care what he say or she say. I'm going full speed.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So I think maybe a basketball coach. I don't know. That's my alternate reality.
Basketball coach.
Or helping youth. Youth advisor or something like that.
Okay, so are you normally in the community? Like, are you out doing stuff?
I mean, not towards what a youth advisor. They got a bigger job. They're out there. They have time to I try to help the people that are I see is going towards what I'm doing, and I see their energy and I see how bad they want it, because I didn't have any of the information to start. I start from plan B. I started with a headphone mic and an old dusty computer from my grandpa's basement. Yeah. And I can only record for 30 seconds on the computer. I didn't know it, so I figured it out from there. Then I learned the next thing. So I try to, be the OG kind of, to help out younger ones, to, give them the resources and the information. The information is the biggest thing. Yeah, okay. I still don't know everything, but to this point, I try to give them the game.
And if you were to do it all over again, like if you were gonna start from day one, what would you do differently? Like you have all your knowledge that you have now, what would you do differently from back then?
Probably go harder.
Yeah.
Like knowing what I know now, like I wouldn't even let doubt set in my mind, like, because I'll know it's not real. It's just fear isn't real. It's just what you're conditioned to feel. So I would go 10 times harder. Just be fearless with your stuff.
Okay. Do you have any advice for someone that wants to get into music now or get back into it?
You gotta sit down and realize what do you want out of it? Do you want to make good music for you and your friends or your family, or do you want you want to go further. The further is the hardest. Not a lot of people are built to take all the hate and all that and keep persevering.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about what you want.
Okay.
Because if you want the further, then you gotta have tough skin. You gotta know what you are. You gotta know yourself. You gotta build confidence. You gotta,
yeah. And I won't lie, like,
it's not easy.
Like when I went onto that Your Age stream and I showed off that song.
You had courage to do that, man. That's big. A lot of people, they're too scared to do that, man, to even share the music once they make it.
Thank you. Yeah. Like even though it destroyed my confidence, it did make me look at myself in a different light, because I looked at myself in a way where I was like, yo, I'm unstoppable. I'm the best rapper alive, this, that, and the third.
You kind of gotta be delusional in this too, man. Yeah,
and
I get that all the time, and then that's how I know I'm actually doing something. If it's hard to believe, then you're doing something,
right?
Because if I was just a trash man or whatever, people can believe that, It ain't much to that, you know what I'm saying? So it's that delusional aspect that keeps you going. Like, look at Kanye, man. Like, he's confident and he's also crazy. It's a mixture. You have to have a whole lot. It's a whole perfect melting pot you gotta have, man.
Yeah.
Craziness, delusional, But we only got one life on this planet, so you just do what you gotta, do what you want to do. Who cares? At the end of the day, no one cares about you. When you die alone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that kind of brings me to my next question. Like, do you ever think about how your music's gonna outlive you, and then let's say 2085, someone's still gonna be listening to your music? Like, do you ever think about that?
2085. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if I do. I feel like I have a good internal compass to what the future sound would be, and what I can give. And if not, then I plan to get there. But yeah, that would be fire. I would like that. 2085, like my great grandkids still fuck with it. That'd be fire.
Yeah, bro. And then.
But it is what it is, man. That's the whole aim of every artist, is to have their music
longevity
or their art. Like, look at Vincent van Gogh. He didn't get popular until 100 years after his death. Now everybody cares about his art.
Yeah.
And he was dead broke, homeless, and through disease and all that, and that's how he died. And then 100 years later, You're the biggest artist of all time.
Right.
That's crazy. You struggle your whole life. So I fuck with Vincent van Gogh too.
Oh yeah. I forgot where I was going with this. I had another question, but I lost it. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Something else that you want to bring up?
Just tell the people I got more coming. More coming. More music, more fashion, more art, modeling.
Okay.
A whole lot of other secrets I can't say right now. But yeah, I'm coming. Just stay tuned.
Okay. Oh, I guess we can step away from the music for a little bit. But how did you get into fashion though? That's interesting. Like, I see your clothing right now, and I was like, this is really interesting. Like, there's a really cool style. How did you get into fashion?
I just always had it in me, and then my mother, she's obsessed with, she has to have her accessories match anything before she step out of the house. So I kind of take bits and pieces from things like that, inspires me, put something on, and then like I just try, I believe in the 360 art. Like, I want to visually, I want to present you the art, I want to auditorially, I want to, let you listen to the art, so I'm a work in progress, but this isn't even what I'm trying to get to, man. It's further.
I see.
A whole art creative director life,
Okay.
So at the end of it, I see myself at 90, if I make it. Let's say 70, 80.
Yeah.
As a retired like art director or whatever. That's why I said, like, this is a vehicle that I'm trying to come in with, and then branch out, do other things.
So is an art director like the big main goal that you have in life?
Yeah, that's like the end goal. Like architecture, designing buildings, designing houses, interior design, all that.
Oh, you kind of threw me off when you said architecture. Do you have like any hidden like interests? Like, are you into anime but people don't know it?
I mean, I like it, but like I said, I don't have that much time for things. Like, it's just music, but it's just drilled. I'm just drilling it, music. But my other interests, like I like Japanese architecture. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
I just like design. I just like art. That's been my whole life. Like I said, I started out drawing. I wanted to be a painter, a French painter.
Yeah.
Like all the other kids just wanted to play at recess. I just wanted to draw. You know.
I get you. And
so,
have you ever been to Japan?
No, that's number one. Tokyo is the goal.
Definitely go.
That's a vibe right there.
But let me tell you, before you go to Japan, just expect everyone to take pictures of you. Like when I went,
because I'm tall, 6'4".
Tall,
that
black,
too.
6'4".
Yeah. True.
No,
that
but
makes sense.
you're gonna get a lot of pictures taken of you, and they don't even try to hide it. Yeah, you just kind of have to sit there and accept it.
Like I said, hey, I take it all, man. I take it all. Hate the love, everything.
Is there someone that you, not someone, is there somewhere that you wanted to perform? Like there's a dream place that you want to perform?
Well, I think Egypt would be crazy. That would be, I mean, like I can retire after that, man. Like if you perform in Egypt, like Cairo, or the pyramids, or the Eiffel Tower over there, yeah, you meet your goal right there. Yeah, so. But in general, everywhere, because I want to go on tour, so I mean, pretty much everywhere.
Okay. That's dope, man. I'm pretty much out of topics to talk about. Is there anything else you got?
No, that was
single that you want to promote?
No, I have a project on the way. I don't have a date for it. Actually, I got 2 projects, but the soonest one is going to be called La Fleur.
Okay.
Meaning a flower and a servant in French. Because they call it La Fleur, meaning the servant of the people. And it also means a flower. And it went right with my brand. I created my brand through heartbreak.
Wow.
That's why the rose is about. I had a girl I was seeing at the time. I was trying to give her a rose. She was ready to break up with me and she didn't take it. Ooh. So end of that, I came home, I had the rose sitting on my dresser. And then I just happened to, I was just thinking, because heartbreak, man, like you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And I just looked at the rose for some reason. I'm like, man, this is my brand. Like, I don't know why it came to me, but like I said, the universe does crazy things, man. Heartbreak is the best lesson for me.
Right.
It's the hardest lesson, but you either fold or you keep going. You let it make you stronger, keep going in life. So that's why the rose is and then it means like revenge. It actually means that too, like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Damn, man, that was beautiful.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, man, out of questions. I just wanted to say thank you so much. Like, for you to give us a chance, like this small podcast, and for you to come on here, we really appreciate it.
No, y'all doing something, man. Pretty soon, like I said, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be real big.
Yeah, you're gonna be cute. Like the possibilities is just ridiculous. Like, you are gonna go far. I could tell you that right now. You are gonna go far in this industry, and I'm so glad that we could catch you at an early time. Right. Hopefully, one day you could come back. Talk to us again.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you gotta show love, man. Hell yeah.
One more thing. Can you look directly into the camera and just give us some motivational words?
Like I always say, do not stop. Do not let doubt stop your life. Don't let fear stop you. You are bigger than what you think. this small moment may be in your life that you're going through. And find what you love and go 100 miles per hour with it.
Thank you.
My best advice.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, that's all we have for today on Sun City Sit Rep. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like, leave a comment, and we have his Instagram in our, description. So go ahead and give him a follow, all of that. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it.